So I've been considering a few mapping tools that have been discussed. We talked about Google Maps. Then Sylvia presented or posted a link to this app called MapMe. And I discussed with Eleonora some of the pros and cons about each. Google Maps, we felt maybe it's not very customizable. And we also found that it has a lot of clutter. Like a lot of times Google Maps shows like also all the restaurants and all the street names, and it's just all full of stuff. So I started exploring this MapMe, and I thought this one looked very nice and could be similar to something that we would want. So essentially we'd be focused on Rome and not on all of Europe or whatever. But I found it nice because there is little clutter. It doesn't show like all the things that we don't need, and we can just put points of what we want. And what's nice is when you click on a point, it zooms into that actual area there, and you can actually see like where it is. And you can post a video. This might be like what our student interviews would be like posted here, and then we can have information, other links, or whatnot. So I thought this was a nice option. Also, if you zoom in, you can see that you can see the streets without all of the clutter of naming of things and all different stuff. And if you zoom in far enough, you can get the street name. So I thought that was kind of nice. So I started exploring this, and I signed up for just the free account, and I just logged in with my Google account. And what it does after that, once you log in, it lets you start creating a map. So I just created a new map here under my free account using my Google account, and I created this, just a trial, places I know, called it, and you can upload a logo or whatever, and you got your map here. And I just wanted to talk about some of the different options here. So first of all, I went into settings just to see what's in here, and so you can choose like theme colors and whatnot. And what I was interested in was the map settings, because we said that we wanted a custom map that looked kind of special, kind of looked nice. And here you can see in the free version that you only get 2 maps, and you can see all these other ones that were kind of locked. And I assume that that nice one that I saw here is probably one of these, or even maybe like a custom one that can be uploaded. So as you can see, also the custom is locked also. And other options here. Other settings, you can customize your CSS, again, paid, so you can do different styling, change colors and layout and whatnot if you can play around with the CSS, which I know, and maybe Eleonora knows as well. And then I looked into like mapping the points, so I just added a couple here. So I imagine that places I know, I'm going to use red points for my schools and purple points for my parks and whatnot, and you can add more and things like that, and you can customize them to some extent. Yeah. So yeah, I thought this might be something that we might consider using. It does seem rather flexible if we pay for it. So I'm going to also look into what this would cost, and we can kind of evaluate how we want to go from there. Playing around with the locations, so I added a location here, and I added my first location, John Cabot University. And when you add a location, it finds it for you when you put in the address. So if you put in the address, it finds that on the map for you automatically, and then you can name it what you like. Afterwards, you can do a few options. For example, choosing how you want to view. Now, this might be limited to the map itself right now. It doesn't look like anything. On the other one, I saw that there were like 3D buildings or whatever. So this one seems to be limited to, just changing the angle of the view. Okay. And then after that, marker customization. Since we selected or we made colored categories, so red for schools and purple for parks or whatever, I didn't do this. Instead, I add it to the category. So John Cabot is a school, so I put it there, and it changed it to a red marker. And then some of the cool things that I found were this adding a call to action button. So what it does is when you actually click on this dot, this view will come up. So when you click on the dot on the map, the view will come up. And I've uploaded a video, so that's available down here where you can upload a video, which will appear in the corner there. And then you get this call to action button. So when you click on that, it can basically take you wherever you want. By default, it says more info, but you can put it whatever text you want. And we could potentially link to like an Omeka exhibition, for example, or we might be creating web pages for each of these entries. So if it's an artisan, we might create a web page to kind of talk about the artisan, include the interview and other information or whatever. And other information also can be written here too. So depending on how long our information is, if it's a short piece of information, it can all be written in here and it'll just appear there. If we have a more extensive set of information, we might use this call to action button to link to whatever information we want to. And right, so I thought that was kind of cool, creating a location, all the let's say all the little things that you can put into this view. I thought was quite cool and something that we might be able to use